Hi, my name is Justin, aka Ghost Reader, and today I am going to be doing my TBR for the month of June. We're actually already 11 days into the month, but I thought I'd go ahead and give my reading list. I am slowly going through the comments on the last two videos I posted, so if I haven't gotten to a comment yet, I will be doing that over the next coming days. So let's go ahead and get into what I'm going to be reading for the month of June. So the this book actually is a continuation of a book that I read in May, and that is the Poppy War by R.F. Kwan. This is a fantasy novel where the protagonist is this girl who comes from she lives in the country. She's a war orphan, and there's this school that the people who test really good on this test. If you score really well on the test, you get a chance to go to the school. And she ends up going to the school, and then the war breaks out, and then you find out that she's actually something special, and that she can actually access the power of the gods. So it's very interesting story so far. I am about 50% of the way through. I started last month. Hopefully, I will finish it this month. I started this because Jesse from Bow Ties and Books said that chapter 21 destroyed them. I will be. I wanted to see if that was true. So I am looking forward to getting to chapter 21 this month. Next, I am going to be reading the audiobook of the book Allegiant by Dan Abbott. Yeah, Abnett. This is part of my Warhammer 40k read through. I'm reading through the Horus Heresy series. This will be book 6. Yes, book 6. Basically doing one a month. I really don't know much about this one. I went into it blind, but I know it's about, I think, the First Legion and some of the stuff that they're going to be doing. I think it starts about a couple months before the heresy breaks out. So yeah, this one I'm going in kind of blind. I started listening to it, and it's okay so far. So we'll see. I like Dan Abnett's work earlier in the Horus Heresy series, so I'm hoping that this one is good as well. Next is a book that I also started last month but haven't finished, and this is Miscreations. It's a series of poems. I don't have the book here with me, so I'll put the picture up here. But I'll definitely be finishing this book this month, and I'll be putting up a review for it as well, since I got it for review. Next are books that I'm going to actually be doing reviews for, so you can keep a lookout for them. The first one is Twisted, The Tango History of Black Hair Culture by Emma Dabiri. The author is a Nigerian-Irish person. Well, I think she works or has contributed to The Guardian. As a writer who has basically written a book about her own personal experience with her hair, and also a history of what black hair is meant to the African American community, and how it's looked at, kind of looked down upon in certain settings. And so I thought that this would be a really good look at and how black hair has been viewed by people outside the community, and also viewed within the black community itself. Next is Black on Both Sides, A Racial History of Trans Identity by C. Riley Snorton. And this book is about how race and being trans the history of being black and trans in, I think, the United States. I'm not sure if this covers worldwide, but at least here in the United States. And covers how it can lead to two types of erasure. One, because you're black, and also because you're trans. I started reading the preface for this, and it's a very academic book, so I'm going to actually have to read the preface over again to try to absorb what I read. But I think this would be a very interesting read, looking at the history of what it has meant to be black and trans. Next is Whaling Captains of Color, America's First Meritocracy by Skip Finley. Now, I'm not sure if I said I was going to start reading this in another month. I think I did. I'm not sure. But this book is about whaling captains, and how whaling was one of the few professions where African Americans, well, not just African Americans, but African Americans blacks who were African or from the Caribbean or Native Americans could actually work their way up through the ranks based on their work and not be, well, there were some obstacles to moving up the ranks because you were black, but there were a lot less than in other professions on that were like on land. So there's a good chance that if you started out on a whaling vessel and you stayed at it, that you could one day become a captain or master of your own whaling vessel if you stayed at it long enough, even though you were black or Native American. So I thought this would be really good. I'm like in the first couple chapters of this book, and it's good so far. And last but not least, I'm going to be reading Sharing a House with the Never Ending Man, 15 Years of Studio Ghibli by Steve Alpert. And this is actually a look into the famous studio and and how it was to work there through the eyes of an American that worked at the company when it was putting out all the movies that people love today. So I personally haven't watched any Studio Ghibli movies. I'm gonna have to rectify that within the coming year. But I thought that this would be really good. I've actually been reading a lot of memoirs because of the BookTube prize. So this is just another memoir to add to what I've already been reading. So that is the end of this video. I am sweating because it's hot. Tell me what you are going to be reading in June or what you started reading in June down in the comment section below. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more videos from me, please subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at GhostReads28, on Instagram at Justin the Ghost Reader, on Goodreads. The link to that is down in the description box below, and it should work because I finally figured out what was causing it. Thank you to the person pointing it out to me in the comments. And with that, keep reading, and Black Lives Matter.